Okay, today I'm gonna be playing a little bit investigation here. I don't know, but I would say 1, 2, 3, yeah, about, I would even say like 4 meters wide here. Okay, that's basically what I estimate, about a 4 meters wide, I would say. 4 meters wide, yeah, I would say it's about 4 meters wide. And this is where it gets tricky, right here. So what you see here is what was improved. This is the improvement. What you see here is what goes to the houses, just locally road. And what goes here is what was not improved. Yeah, it should have been, but it was not. And it was not exactly because of the incident which took place, which originally the one who signed for that crime was none other than a father of Luka is his name, individual from Krka 64. So as we go here, the road is still somehow ample here, but it's greatly reduced the size. This is still good enough for 2 cars. This here, 1, 2, like 3.5 even meters, I would give. Pretty decent still. And then we get to the tricky part. And this is what I estimate also probably the incident took place about at this location here, probably, I would say. Maybe not even that. I have to see that stuff yet. That's a separate video. This here, this is known as the old road. Here, this is 1, 2, 3 meters wide. To put it plain and simple, 3 meters wide. I estimate about 3 meters wide. No, for the 2 cars, not enough space. At least this is what I think. 1, 2, 3 meters. I will give it 3 meters. That's a house right there. Once he finished the house, and it's also why I know how he finished and when he finished the house, he demanded, therefore his father demanded to be the one who's gonna do who would do this kind of incident. This is done pretty close like this. And so here we enter the old area of the road. So interesting is that they still did this. They still did this all the way here. They still did this. Yet here they no longer did shit. They let it, they cut it off. They would not do this part here. Oh, let's see. This is basically, this is the difference here. It's pretty much about almost identical, I would say. 1, 2, 3 meters. Just about the same thing. 3 meters, 3 meters, the same thing, the same shit. Not much difference. What's going on here with this stuff here? What's going on? Mother told me they did this in 1988. She told me they did this in 1988. And I think that therefore, because of this asphalt issue already, they finished their house sometimes like in 1986. And his father was the one who was excited about doing this kind of incident. So what happened is, actually they did probably even earlier, like 1984 maybe. What happened is these people are in a lot of fucking trouble. Because what father could not finish, son did. Now, yesterday I stopped by at the police station, Novo Mesto, and what I did was, I did handed designed documents, therefore a complaint in a form of writing to in a parenthesis, police officers in charge of this crime. So why they haven't done this year? They haven't done this year, that's what mother told me, because hey, it was the village people who collected the money and did this. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Partially they did. That's one thing. And the second thing was they had a mayor here. They had here all kinds of people who insisted on fixing this part of the road too. The whole thing, especially the area which is the most narrow area, the one that I demonstrated you. 3 meters wide, just like here. That's crazy. And what happens is the man who did the incident with his father refused to do so in front of my eyes, in front of my neighbor whose name is Metod Yerman, and I did talk to you about that stuff. This is where Novo Mesto ends. So basically what you have seen here, and since the village was changed into a street, this is still, this here goes under the jurisdiction of Novo Mesto city. Therefore, this is a street. And that's at Cerovci right there. They made up their mind that they would just not do this stuff till this incident would take place. Deliberately so. All these years, this incident was in making since 1986. That is that's a conspiracy, that's a plot to murder. That's a 25 years and almost 15 years. You're going to add to that, it goes almost into 40 years. That's no less than, this conspiracy was in creation for no less than 39 years with these people here in the picture. 39 years. 39, number 39 years. 39 years was police boiling a murder plot right here at the end of the village. 39 years. 39. Just for me to clarify things exactly the way they are. His father stated me that if his son is going to end up inside of the jail and etc., that he won't be capable to see me, to watch me walking past his house, that he will kill me. This was yet another death threat during MK Ultra. And so this is this fuckhole, Slovenian fuckhole, the way they engineered, the way they rationalized what they refer to as a schizophrenia. This is basically how they enforce this kind of crime. 39 years. His father included is going to be charged with a plot, with attempt to murder, conspiracy. As far as the police officer, for me to finish this, because I told you yesterday I was at a police station where I gave the documents to front desk. I don't know, it's not a receptionist, it's just on duty, let's say, officers on duty, all involved in MK Ultra. I already identify every one of them. They told me, it doesn't come to me right now what his last name is, of the male police officer investigator who's supposed to investigate this stuff. He's not at work. I don't know what that means. Maybe holidays or whatever that might be. I had no idea what that is. As for the lady, for the Karla Ljubi, they told me she is working in afternoon. You want to do is you want to stop by in afternoon and come by at afternoon, but in afternoon it was not feasible for me because I worked all night long. So I couldn't come to visit her. Well, I assumed that probably past this garbage cans here somewhere, probably something like this, that this is what probably took place somewhere here. I would say probably, let me see that. Yeah, I'm not even sure about that. I'm not even sure about that stuff. Maybe not, maybe it took place here, I have no idea. I would have to still see that stuff. You know, I would still have to see that stuff. I think maybe even backwards, I would say. Who the hell knows? It might have happened maybe here somewhere. Yeah, it might have happened actually even here somewhere. Maybe even here, who the hell knows? I would have to see that, I don't know. The thing is that Ljubi Karla, the hired investigator, the same kind of title as my neighbor Metod Jerman has. She terrorized her in MK and demanded from me to meet her in afternoon by herself to, in a parenthesis, identify her. And even more importantly to me is she insisted if I would not, that she would give the case further to the psychiatric hospital Ljubljana Polje. So this is just to conclude, basically just to close down the whole case in respect to murder to kill, in respect to plot to kill, conspiracy. That is a serious conspiracy, a serious plot to murder. Further, as you might have noticed it, there is no sign here that would suggest a speed limit of 50 kilometers an hour. I should say 30 kilometers an hour. Yes, you do realize that this is a village street practically as I walk. Cars now driving very slowly, nicely. But this not always was or always is the case. It depends. People are flying past here, and the only location. No, in other words, Karla Ljubi tried to negotiate with me persecution of this criminal. I reported the crime, I submitted the proofs to the police station, and the only thing these people did was exactly the same thing as it happened in 2007 when I reported the police theft of car parts. The only thing they did is they turned the case against me. They did not persecute criminals who have stolen me I think like 550 American dollars in car parts. They instead have gone after me, turned my request for police investigation, obviously, into persecution against me, and what was actually used to follow up with me with the psychiatrists, social workers and stuff like this, to push me out of Slovenia. Police even lost the case against me on a state senate. Inside of the police station, they lost the case against me. This is the first speed limit sign right there. You might find this as completely insane. Yet this is the issue, basically, at the end of the village, just the way you see it. We find the first speed limit, and this right in front of the house of Metod Jerman, who also is a higher investigator, in a parenthesis. So this is the first speed limit and this speed limit 40 kilometers an hour, which, just as mother stated, nobody really respects it. And I'm going to demonstrate you the sign over there, past our house, which also was stated basically only for my sake. So you can see that police enforced, no master police enforced crime throughout this village for about 40 years in respect to the crime that I demonstrated you right now. Our house so this is where we are finally in a speed zone of 40 kilometers an hour. All through, it really should have been, I believe at least, 30 kilometers an hour. And what is more interesting is that instead of speed limit that would end here, right? Because this is the end of the village here. There's no village here no more. The speed limits end over there somewhere where the car is right now. That's how far I will be walking with you today to demonstrate this. Are also signs, but are not pertaining to the speed limit. So basically outside of the village, it actually is a speed limit. And this speed limit is a limit of 40 kilometers an hour, just exactly what I demonstrated you. But inside of the village, there is no speed limit. And that makes it quite insane, actually. Here, from what you see here, the road is much wider. The road here is 1, 2, 3, 4 and something. Also, this is for the water, also asphalt. So here the cars have space. I don't know if it's a 4.5 meters, but it's something over 4 meters, let's just say. Plenty of space to move away. So that's lunacy that police did. Nobody else did. That's exactly what they were playing with. That's the type of conspiracy they created. It's a stupid shit. And it was not only the guy who was involved in this stuff directly as the one, but it really inherited crime from his own father, whom he, by the way, he was begging, literally begging, daddy, daddy, please let me do it, let me do it, let me be the one. So yeah, fuck with the stuff like this, then I'm gonna have to take some responsibility for it. Karla Ljubi demanded from me to meet her, that she will be working based on MK Ultra scenario, and this is why I also report her next to 2 other police officers who responded to this crime. She is yet another one who directly was involved in this. Demanded from me to stop by the police station according to her schedule, work schedule. She would be working afternoons all the way, I understand, maybe even up to Thursday. Something like this it was. Wednesday, maybe the last day or something like this, I have no fucking idea, but weird stuff. And that this would be the only thing that would solve the case, solve the problem. But the thing is that I'm not interested in listening to this diarrhea. And therefore, these people are out of luck. It is just as simple. If they want to play with the psychiatric hospital, I don't have any kind of problem. They know my address. I will be here waiting. She suggested actually even something better. This is where we have a car crash not too long ago, to remind of one. People are flying through here, really, really flying. All of a sudden, everybody is slowly driving. I had people fly past here like crazy. I had people drive on this road here that you see 120, 130, maybe even more kilometers an hour with the cars. Sporty cars, all kinds of shit. And did so literally where the bridge is, not with that speed, but with the speed 60, 70 kilometers an hour where this bridge is. This isn't the point. I was on the fucking bridge. That's the fucking point. The point is that they see you and they do stuff. That's the point. That is the point. They have total disdain, disrespect for pedestrian. And do not hesitate to demonstrate the willingness even to run you over. And that's basically a bad stuff for which Igor Jurcic will explain, the director of Novo Mesto police station who just stepped down, who was the one who demanded from me to walk with the camera turned on from here to the bridge where you get finally a sidewalk. And I should say also from here all the way through the village so that somebody would not run into me and that kind of stuff. This was Stefanic, Jurcic, etc., people whom I have told you about on my blog, who insisted I'll be the one walking around with the camera and video recording in case somebody's going to run into me and stuff like this. You know something? You crossed the line way. You way crossed the line. I'm right here if you want to come to pick me up at a psychiatric hospital. And I told you, I'm not hiding my intentions when it comes to psychiatric hospital. You're not going to like it when you see me. And I'm talking to psychiatrists from psychiatric hospital, Ljubljana Polje, technicians. You're not going to fucking like any part of me at all. Not you, not your families. This is a threat, actually. This really is a threat. Because, well, I just say, I don't fear you, not even, a fucking shit, basically. I don't fear you at all. And you definitely will sue me. I am going to give you a terror like the one that you gave me, a thrill, and beyond that stuff. You like it, you will get it. That's a guarantee. And Karla Ljubi stated me, she said to me, well, she said to me, if you cannot make a plea, then we're going to have to go through psychiatry. Oh, well. Karla Ljubi also insisted on something else. Karla Ljubi also stated, she claimed that she is the last chance. If I can come to her, that she would be capable to resolve this for me and for the plaintiff. That's what she insisted. She tried to play me down. Otherwise, these are exactly her words, she would have to give my case further. I have no idea to whom, or the judge or whatever the case might be, and it's they and them who would, and etc. That means that would be a psychiatric hospital. Well, the thing is that, do you know how much I am afraid of the psychiatric hospital today? Exactly like this, 0. That's one thing. And they threaten so much, and I am threatening back. The technicians are now listed as good to go. You are not going to be left financially broken, scum. You're going to end up inside of the prison with crime pertaining to attempt to murder, kill, human trafficking, hijacking, torture, multiple attempts to kill, not only one. psychiatric hospitalization, all that stuff, that's fucking great. That kind of stuff, you're gonna fucking love it. Your relatives are gonna fucking love it with you. You're gonna see how the fuck I do this through financial compensations and stuff like this. Let me demonstrate you the sane side of the system on how things are properly done. I am here literally to kill you. Literally, I'm thinking about only one thing: to destroy you. To destroy you and your families for the stuff that not only you have done to me, but for the stuff that you have threatened. Look, that's a house right here. Everything's so nice. And with me right here in the picture. Come and get it. Come and get it. Oh, they did. They attempted another hijacking procedure. That's what this is. It's a regular hijacking procedure which Slovenian state and Jews from United States of America with London cabal were using for, in parentheses, negotiations. Negotiations already ended. It's already past negotiations. This is part number 2. That's already past negotiations. Let me tell you, scum, today, if I found myself inside of the psychiatric hospital or anywhere else for that matter, it's going to be fun. It can be fun. Trust me, it can be fun. I don't give a three fuck about dying. This is what the fun part is about this. When you destroy somebody 54 years of life and the health, you think you can take anything more from him? Karla Ljubi, she had another issue. Oh, she had another issue. There was another issue that I wanted to, and I forgot one, and shit, and right now I again forgot one. Well, yeah, they insisted that I will be thrown into psychiatric hospital, that there will be technicians, and all the people who are involved in it from psychiatric hospital, and it's something I would not survive if I would not be nice to them. I'm too fucking nice. Come on. I'm giving you a piece of truth. I'm giving you a truth. I'm giving you a peace of mind. At least you know what is awaiting you. You are not anywhere near, even remotely as nice as I am. Yes, of course, it's a crime when you participate in it. This is no witnessing. You participated. You're actively engaged in it. Not only witnessed. Karla Ljubi had another specialty. That's how I know she's a really, really honest person. Another specialty of Karla Ljubi was, that's the one I wanted to tell. Her gesturing mouth, how, based on my behavior, based on my conduct with her, she will even decide in his favor. That's basically in a criminal favor. I guess they expected me to go to the police station, and this is also the reason why we're never gonna see each other other than on the court, or literally through the police. Otherwise, we're not gonna see each other. She insisted me. She said to me, she said to me, based on your behavior during a meeting with me, based on your behavior during meeting with me, on your aggressiveness, based on your aggressiveness, I might even decide in his favor. Yeah, based on my aggressiveness, based on my being aggressive about it, that she might actually even decide in his favor because of my being aggressive. She will get an confirmation about who did the incident. That's what she suggested. It was so many warnings, so many These are not warnings, by the way. This is a terrorism. This is a domestic terrorism. You don't go and do the stuff like this and get away with it. You don't, by God, you don't fucking get away with it, man. I live, scum, to get you killed. I don't live for, you are my priority. And I honestly will tell you, I live to get you killed, scum. I don't live for other purpose than to get you killed. I live for the world to see it, acknowledge it, and then basically get done with you the way it should have been done already long time ago. So stuff like this would not happen. This is the same scum as the one during Yugoslavia, the same garbage as the one that was during Yugoslavia, the same thing, the same shit. That she would judge me based on my behavior, that this is the way it's going to be. You know why I did that stuff? You know why I pointed at the neighbor's house? Because she just came with a car, and the way he parked like this on the side, like just like this, like on the side, he parked right there. His name is Dane Kolens, and his specialty during MK Ultra was to park right here like this and flash with the lights directly into me. And was doing this stuff not only during MK Ultra, but also is the guy, you see those lights right there? They're flashing on the side. He was all excited about the lights. I told you about psychiatrist Peter Kapsch, how he threatened lights, 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 Christmas lights, any fucking lights, and compared that with the police. Whenever I would come to open the door, many times I would have his car right here, like in front of it, boom, with the lights into me. And that was something that made him so proud. These are my neighbors. I was their neighbor. He was so proud. He boasts about being a great friend of the Janis Ogulin, a great friend of the Janis Ogulin. There is a basement over there behind, down below. That's where he used to torture me. See those windows right there? There is a basement down below, and that's where he used to torture me. Stuff that went on was just incredible, incredible stuff. This video is going to be sent to the police station, but let me explain to you something. Let me explain to you something what you have done. Scum. If it was up to me, it wouldn't be no fucking trial. I do fucking summon you right in front of the wall and take the machine gun, a squad of people with machine guns, and fucking raise you like a fucking grass. You and your families. This is what the fuck you did. That's what that looks like when you take somebody 54 years of life. I would have fucking raised you and your families together with your children like you were fucking grass. Zzz, like this. You know how the Germans did it during the World War II? Worse than that. That's how I would do it. I would do with you the same way like you were doing with the people after the World War II, where they had no place to go and you actually threw them into, cemented them literally into a holes. That's how I would do with you. I would do it with you for you to suffer. I think what I stated, it would be too fast, too quick. You don't even deserve, scum, you don't even deserve to die like this. You are fucking scum, you're not people. This is how I stopped yesterday with the paperwork at the police station. Basically exactly the stuff that you already have seen. I have posted you online, and this is just to demonstrate, to basically prove you that I was at the police station. What you see here is a copy of the response to this letter. This is what I furnished them with response to this letter, and the man at the front desk told me, yeah, he said, Damine, this is the right time you came. He said to me, this actually really was the last day, because usually they specify you either it's 5 work days or it's, just 5 days. And they suggested here 5 days. And so I did it within the 5 days. And this is also the issue that they played with this issue here, 5 days. They were fucking around with the stuff like this. The guy at the front desk was nice enough actually to give me a stamp like this, which proves, in fact, that yesterday I did deliver the stuff. Yesterday was the 25th, November the 25th, 2025. In fact, that I did deliver on time. Reply to, you want to call this kind of stuff police? Is how you see that, as a police? I don't see this as a police. This is garbage. This is not a police. His father was involved in Mount Everest of torture. This was a violent thug, this guy. Before he even started build a house here at the Krka village. Regular criminal thug. Just like the one that you already have seen, I have posted. So, yeah, this is the last video pertaining to this case. You are not going to be negotiating with me in absolutely any way. You're wasting time. I should say, therefore, oxygen. For me, it's expensive when you waste oxygen, because I don't think that you deserve it. That's exactly why. All the court judges who are involved in this stuff, I already spoke to you about these things. And Novo Mesto judges I'm talking about, I don't have any good opinion about you scum. Talking about the judges. This case supposed to go to the judge. I don't have any kind of different opinion about you scum than opinion I exercised against employees of the psychiatric hospital Ljubljana Polje and Novo Mesto police station. I don't have any good opinion. On general, I already told you what I think about all of you. They did. They, police officers and apprentices, investigators, with the crew that met me at Novo Mesto Police, uniformed. So investigators and uniformed garbage have together with psychiatrists, technicians from psychiatric hospital, insisted, well, police insisted for them that they will be decided about my life. They literally terrorized 2019, 2020, tortured and terrorized. They continue to inflict more injuries, and they continue to terrorize, threaten, death threaten. That's why I know that with a scum like this, there is no other way than to erase the scum. Because the entire procedure throughout the Slovenia that happened in post-2020 was nothing other than reminders of the terror, death threats through MK Ultra scenarios. They probably came up with 1,000 death threats since 2020, reminders of the psychiatric hospitalization. And like, by God, I swear to you, I'm not afraid of one, not even a little bit. I'm not even a little bit. In fact, I'm going to say to you, it's either me or it's them. It is just as simple. Now, the contract that this scum have made with Federal Bureau Investigation, with Americans, that is something completely different. But that makes me understand not a fear, or I should say the danger I'm in, but that one makes me understand in what country exactly I was. You understand? Not on that, here you're never going to learn. Here you're never going to teach me. You're not going to teach me anything about this world, about this place. If I have to die, I don't even mind to die. I don't even mind to be killed. Today, tomorrow, whatever it is, I am here. You know my address? That's exactly how it is. It's either me or it is them. But this case, you're not going to say, whoever is watching this case definitely was proven beyond, absolutely beyond any doubt. That's how it is. The guy who created the incident, this is the city of the Novo Mesto, right? So the guy who created the incident claimed that we're going to be counting the steps, that we will be counting the steps, etc., etc., etc. So the Tserotsi goes further straight, that will be counting the steps around those trash bins that you see right there. They will come with the police and they will be counting the steps. And the thing about it is that during MK Ultra brainwash, they actually had me here and they counted the steps. You see, the way I count the steps is completely different. Like this. Just like this is basically with the Google Maps is how I count the steps. He insisted and insisted. It depends where it's going to be. If it's going to be here or it's going to be there, I will see where I will give you how much advantage I will give you. That's the kind of stuff that went on. Or it will be here. And then he insisted, and God forbid for you if it will be there or whatever it will be. For there it's already too late for you, this is already wrong, you're dead, and so on and so forth. This is how this individual communicated with me during what is known, what they refer to as MK Ultra, is brainwash. This was no brainwash, as far as I'm concerned. This is not brainwash. This is about something completely else. This is something completely different. This was no brainwash. This is something else. This is a school for death. And numerous attempts to get me killed. That's exactly what this is. So when I talk to you about MK Ultra, there are different MK Ultra procedures, but my procedures was paved with unprecedented violence since I was baby, and permanent unemployment, forced unemployment once I was over 18. Once I became educated, ready for work, it was nothing other than line, basically. That's all there was. And continuation of similar to what you see here stuff included with this one. That's exactly what this was like. With that said, I am charging Karla Ljubi, yes, and a father of an individual. Both of them with attempted murder, in addition to the son. That's all I'm going to do. I join as the main person in charge of this crime was actually his father. His father was the one who came up with the idea, and his son was the one who was crazy about the idea to screw me up. To get, hey, he was so insultive. He was so insultive. They would deliver me to him at his doorsteps, just the way it took place. And something I did not mention, the way his car was parked that day when the incident took place, and this is not what I mentioned, was exactly the way you see it right there. Exactly like this. So while I was standing right here, okay, while I was standing here, his car was parked here. So he was not near road. He was away from me. I was not near to his children to the degree who was still inside of the car that I would pose immediate threat or anything like that. That's also a very important factor I somehow have failed to mention. They would deliver me to his doorstep, to his entrance, and the only thing that would fly in my face were insults. That was the only thing that fly in my face. It was just insults that would fly in my face. It was just insults. It was just I will see how you will look like, whether you will look like an animal or you would look like a civilized person. And based on your conduct, how the conduct will be, it will be like this. And so every time when they did this to me, when they would deliver me at his entrance, and his entrance was right through here, through this gate, he referred to me, he said, from what I see, you are more like an animal. Yeah, that's how this guy, this this was his criminal conduct. This is the way the Luka is his name, Luka Vavžik. This is basically how this was the area where he repeatedly asked for physical confrontations, fights during MK Ultra. This is absolutely animal. This is absolutely animal. Cleaning your scum from society is making this world way, way, way safer. Unfortunately, that you somehow have conceived children, it's truly, truly unfortunate. Okay, so this is the camera. Is fucking wrong completely. This picture that you see right here is actually on this side here. Doesn't matter. Now let's see. I did change the setting for a mirror camera. Let me just say to you, this is my right side, and you probably see this. At least I see this on the camera as a left side. But let me think about. Yeah, you probably see it also on the right side. Yeah. That's why. Okay. So now we're gonna do some other test. Again, this is my right side here. Okay, my right side here. And this is where the tricky part gets. I did, however, unplug the mirror option for the camera. Strange, because it's the same thing. Again, what you see here, this picture here is actually on the left side. So this should be here. So let's see what's going on. Da vidimo tu. Ta tvoja kamera je izkrivljena, leča je skrivljena. Mislim, da se ti je leča, da ni naravnost, kako bi morala biti. Tu je tisto. Okay. Ja, kako se to snema, tada da vidimo. Če bi to zadevo snemal, tule, če bi snemal, je... V bistvu se mi zdi, da je boljš, kot je prej. Tako da tu verjetno, da ti bo celo lažje snemati to. Tu ti bo lažje snemati zdaj, kot prej. Mislim, da prej ne vem, koga je bilo. Ni bilo tako, kot moralo biti. Yeah, fuck it. About the neighbor, I did not even finish yet. This is the wrong way. The house is actually, it's mirrored, what you see here. Okay, it's not exactly the way it's supposed to be. The thing is, he never ever parks the car where he parked this time, behind this fence here. He always parks the car exactly in direction that I told you. I have never seen him parking the car here. This is the first time he parked his car here. He's always using the flashlights, beams, to blind me with it. Always and forever, since he fixed this asphalt here. He always was using lights to blind with it. Whether I was taking car out or placing the car inside, or if I was around the house, if I was coming around the house, he would always be parking the car with lights flashing directly into me. Already based on this guy here playing with his lights, there's 100%, I can tell you, people have some information about me moving around the house. He did it so many times, this shit here with the lights, that it's fucking incredible. It's like, this shit is literally like every time I would go in and out, whatever the fuck I would do, boom, 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 it would be the car that would be directly with the lights. And foremost, more than anything, reminds me of the torture during MK Ultra, which we did this shit 1,000 times. You know? First time I see him parking his car here. First time I saw him park his car here during course of recording, when I was recording this stuff. The first time he did this. Never seen one parking over their car before.